The Singapore Grand Prix is back after a 2-year hiatus caused by the pandemic, the country signing a 7-year deal with Formula One. The renewal is Singapore's longest to date, with authorities say it would provide a longer runway to capture pent-up demand as international travel recovers. Runway tells us more.
It's been over 2 years since Adam Amir last experienced the Singapore Grand Prix. The self-professed die-hard fan may just get the chance to relieve that high on the first weekend of October.
Everything, Max, you got it.
The whole thrill of meeting the drivers and experiencing the whole night race events. The past 2 years has been quite hard for me because it's one of the very few things I actually look forward to in Singapore.
Transport Minister S. Iswaran says it's important to focus on recovery and long-term growth, even as the country deals with the immediate challenges of the pandemic. He adds that the race continues to be a strong focal point for tourists, events and businesses.
I think it's important to also note that tourism plays an essential role in promoting Singapore's status as a vibrant global city, and this basically marks it as a magnet for capital, business and talent. I think beyond dollars and cents, Singapore has indeed benefited from the publicity from the F1 night races that has been seen over the last few years or so.
A 7-year commitment gives some of the companies involved in that process the ability to make further investment, knowing that there is a longer runway to get their return on those investments. So when we're thinking about changing the lighting structure, for example, to be more sustainable, or looking at how we invest in some of the off-track activities.
With the return of F1 to Singapore, the city-state will be one of Asia's few representatives on the race calendar. Coupled with a pivot to sustainable practices, analysts believe this puts the Republic in pole position to capture opportunities from Asia's growing middle class. But uncertainties over travel remain with COVID-19. It's also unclear how the pandemic will affect race programming, although organisers say they would refine and implement appropriate protocols for health and safety. When the Singapore Grand Prix was previously held here, this F1 pit building was the race centre, where drivers would come to do pit stops, to change tyres and to refuel. But now this building is currently a COVID-19 medical facility, and it's unclear how this area will evolve to meet the upcoming races requirements. Singapore has attracted more than 550,000 unique international visitors and some $1.5 billion in incremental tourism receipts since the 2008 debut of the night race.
Reacting to the F1 renewal, retailers are calling for safe management measures to be eased so that they can benefit from the return of the Singapore Grand Prix. The Singapore Retailers Association says allowing larger groups to dine in and enter malls will position the city as a vibrant lifestyle destination. It also says stores should offer an omni-channel experience, as road closures typically drive down sales in the Marina Bay area.
In the past, it's been a crowd puller, especially for tourism coming to Singapore. And as they come to Singapore, they do spend a lot on retail. And so, we are glad to see, especially since with COVID, there has been really a shortage of travellers coming to Singapore. This will definitely be a strong pull to get spenders to come back to spend in Singapore.
The Singapore Hotel Association also welcomes the news. It says the Grand Prix will add to the city's reputation as a safe destination that attracts international events beyond the pandemic. Investing in Singapore's tourism appeal, it says, will have a long-term impact on the hotel industry.